Hey everyone, welcome to our monthly market update. It's June now. This is Dean with the Feely Real Estate Group, and we're going to go through the market. We had some pretty good news. I'm pretty sure everybody's been kind of watching and waiting. Variable rates come down by 0.25, which was great news. I'm going to go through the monthly stats again and go over some of the weekly stats. But in the email, what I'll include is a few different things this week. But let's start it off with the new listings per week. New listings per week, we're actually at the highest point we've been at this point in the year. So we're actually same amount of numbers as 2021. We finally hit at one point this week, we're at 1,000. So this is a little bit off. It hasn't updated yet, but basically we've hit 1,000 listings per week so far. So inventory is on the rise. It's getting up there. What kind of inventory is there? That's the big question, right? We're seeing a lot of homes not in the greatest shape. A lot of tenanted properties come up for sale. A lot of these people are trying to sell before the new capital gains tax comes into effect, where they've raised the amount of capital gains percentage you have to pay. So a lot of these people are trying to offload these properties before June 26th or 24th, I believe. It's towards the end of June. So yeah, that's why you're seeing a lot of rental properties come up for sale. A lot of things are trying to move. We are seeing an increase in some of the bank foreclosures, powers of attorney, and those type of sales pick up. That doesn't mean they're going to be great deals. I know a lot of people, when they hear those words, they think really good deal, but the bank needs their money too. So don't get overexcited about those. They're not the greatest properties, and their value isn't really proportion to what they need to be at. But yeah, we're going to see this kind of stick around the same point for the next couple of weeks. As we head into the dog days of summer, we are going to see it come down, and then in September, October, we're probably going to see it pick up again. But again, all to be determined. But right now we're at a pretty high point in inventory. There's a lot to choose from. It's just, is it exactly what you're looking for? That's the big question. Now we're going to go into the sold properties. So this is complete opposite world, right? So we did see, what was it, 2 weeks ago? We had a huge drop. I believe that was the long weekend, so to be expected. Not as much activity during that. Then it picked up right away the week before, and then last week it dropped down. So we're kind of trending similar numbers as 2023 and 2022 at this time of the year. Even last year were similar numbers. But yeah, like this year we didn't actually have a huge peak of spring. We had maybe a couple weeks, which was like right here, where we saw lots of sales, and it's just been kind of steady over the last few weeks. It does feel like there is some optimism and positivity with the buyers that I'm working with. They are excited that rates are kind of moving down. We'll get into that in a little bit, but they're also very hesitant. They're not jumping into properties just because they feel they need to. They are still being very, very careful on what they're choosing and what they're buying and all that. So it's a lot of wait and see as the year progresses and where rates go and how inflation reacts. But this is where we're at in terms of the sales. On a weekly basis, we're way below 2019 numbers. We're way below 2021. We're like very, very similar to the last couple of years. So we'll see where it all goes towards the end of the year. Do I see it picking up or kind of staying similar throughout the rest of the year as the last 2 years? I think so. I think that's more likely what's going to happen. But again, you never know. This is why we do these updates, to know exactly what's happening currently and where things are going to go. Now into the average price per week. So yeah, residential and condo were sticking around the same point. So yeah, those those nice properties, they're selling fast, and they're selling sometimes a little bit over asking, or if they're priced properly, they're going to sell for asking immediately. I am seeing a little bit more bidding wars there. Doesn't mean that people are going and blowing their brains out and going 30, 20, 40, 50K over asking. It's just there's a select few amount of buyers that want the best properties, right? So not everybody's itching to jump on any home that comes to the market. Tons of inventory, but there's very few of those. Like an end unit townhome in any of the suburbs that's in great shape, has a nice backyard, has a nice front yard, and it's in a nice neighborhood. Hard to find. You're seeing a lot of townhomes that aren't end units. They're seeing a lot of townhomes that are in rough shape. You're seeing a lot of townhomes that are on main streets, which it's hard, right? Like if you have 2 3 kids, are you going to have them living on a main road where there's tons of traffic, tons of cars going by? Probably not. That's a big detractor that I'm seeing from a lot of people. They want more cozy neighborhoods where it's a lot more privacy and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's why we're seeing like some of these properties are holding the prices up. Some of them are bringing down. Some of the sales are coming in very, very low, and but they're expected to be with those properties. So I think overall, I mean, long story short, this year I think we're going to see things stick around. Like it's been up and down the last few weeks, like between $10,000 to $15,000 of value within the last 5, 6, 7 weeks roughly. So I don't see much changing. Maybe we drop down a little bit over the next couple of weeks, but again, we'll see what happens with inventory. how much sales and all that stuff. It's really a year where we're going to see things go up and down, and very reactive things happen in the market because of how the rates are going, how inflation is going. So I think any positivity will have people act better. Any negativity will make them pull back and not be as active as some sellers would hope. So we'll see what happens with that. So this is on a day trend, but let's go to the 1 month. This is exactly where we saw so yeah, June 5th, rates dropped, and so did the Canada bond market went down as well, which is great. So this is good news if you're looking at the fixed rates. It doesn't correlate exactly to how the variable rates are, but it really does give you some sort of semblance of where things are going to go. So this is a 1 month trend. We're up to 3.88, which means you're probably buying a fixed rate on 5 years, probably around 4.8 to 5.25, and now we're probably going to be getting close to that 4.5 number, which is going to be great, awesome for people looking to buy, first time home buyers and all that. But yeah, this is the best we've seen so far in the last 3 months. Let's see year to date. Yeah, we're actually better at the beginning of January. So 3.2, interesting. And then let's see our 3-year trend. So January 23, 22, 22. Okay, where are we here? 2023. Yeah, so we're similar to December and October and November of last year, but we're not anywhere close to where we were last spring. So obviously that's we're seeing what's the activity in the market as well. The big thing to watch, guys, is obviously the numbers for inventory overall. My biggest tips right now for buyers, if you're looking to buy, if you see something you love, jump on it, because there's people looking at the exact same things and they're all looking for things that they love. There's a whole lot of inventory. Is it great inventory? No, I think I've said that 20 times so far, but it's really coming down to who has the best looking house, curb appeal, staging. All those things are starting to factor in now. And if your house looks crappy and you haven't done the lawn, you haven't mowed the lawn, or you're in a neighborhood that's full of renters and the lawns look off, like all these small things are starting to affect buyers, and they're not really like getting excited about it. So they want to see excitement. But then you go to a nice, beautiful home, you see that it has beautiful curb appeal, you can see the pride of ownership, you can see that it's priced appropriately. Those are the properties that buyers are jumping on, and they're going over asking on those, or competing hard to get them, because it might be a little bit more than what they want to spend, but they don't have to put in 20 grand worth of work. So what's the better deal? It's really finding what makes sense for these buyers at the current moment. And right now it's all first time home buyers and people that need to move. Not everybody is buying a house just like they were 2 years ago. So it's really being prepared. And for sellers, do the extra legwork, make it prepped. Don't skip out on photos. Like if I see another listing with iPhone pictures, I think I'm gonna lose my mind. Like I know I harp on that stuff like crazy, guys, but it is honestly unbelievable. We're selling $500,000 homes. We're selling $750,000 homes. We're selling $1 million homes. Some of these people are doing the bare minimum to even put them on the market, and then they're complaining why they're not getting these prices. That's exactly it. You're doing the very bare minimum. Like put in the effort, get the professionals in there, get a cleaning company, get it all nice and shiny, get the photos taken properly, do drone footage, do the video, like do all of it. This is where you have to double down. If you want to make what you're looking to get, you're not going to get it by doing the bare minimum and hoping you get it. It's not going to happen. So if you're a seller and you need advice, you want tips, give us a shout. We've done so many videos, so many listing videos, so many different listings this year. We've really cornered a lot of the market and helped our sellers achieve the most that they can for the property that they have and in the current market. But yeah, that's all I have for this week so far, guys. I am doing something a little bit different. I'm going to create a WhatsApp group. So anybody in my direct network, if you're looking to get live up to minute stuff